Well, hello world, welcome to Raccoon Point Studios. I'm Sean Bombs, and today we are going through the Boss ME-90 with an acoustic guitar. I've had a few questions regarding that. I don't play a lot of acoustic these days, but I do have this old one sitting around, and I do have this pickup here that I put into it. I've had this pickup, it's a Fishman, I don't know, for 15 years or something like that. And it definitely has a lower output than, it's not the hottest pickup. And then on top of that, the output of the Boss ME-90 is lacking a lot. So if you're going to do an acoustic thing with this, it would be wise to get a nice DI box. I know a lot of places you'll play probably have a DI box, but you know, in case you want your own for whatever grounding issues you might encounter, it's always good to have your own as well, especially if you're an acoustic player that uses effects, because you're going to hear every little noise when it comes to acoustic, because usually there's no other instruments going on. So just my thoughts on that. But anyway, so I have the Boss ME-90 going into my Red Eye DI box, going into the console channel 1, so I can gain up the level. So I will now play something without any of the effects. So if you notice me playing a lot of open chords, it's because this action on here needs some love and the intonation needs some love. So I'm just going to play it like that so I don't get any complaints about tuning and all that nonsense that people cry about on the internet. So we're going to do the amp first. And I would recommend using the natural amp for this if you're just trying to get a little bit more body and have the EQ section here and maybe more level, or bring in the level back down if you want. You do have your output here, obviously, but you understand what I'm saying. So I feel like you can get a little bit more shaping here, especially if your acoustic doesn't have EQ on it and you just have a specific sound in your head. So here you go. Now without it again. So as you can tell, you can get a little bit more sparkle on the top, a little bit more body, a little bit more depth, all those fun buzzwords. It actually sounds pretty damn good. So at least in this studio with my speakers. So anyway, now also you have the compression, and this is if I was using it for an acoustic set or something like that. I wouldn't go, maybe I would go crazy with the effects here and there, but I would probably mess around and have this compression on for certain things if I wanted to play lighter without losing the volume, because you're playing in a, you know, open space or whatever like that, or, you know, acoustic guitar, you definitely hear people talking when you play, and it's can be annoying, but maybe this would help, you know, cut through a little bit more. So here we go with the compression. So you can dig in a little bit more and not have to worry about it being too peaky, you know what I'm saying? So you can play lighter and still hear it. Just help with the dynamic. Let me try it without it. I think it definitely helps. And you can make it somewhat transparent, I think. All right, so then, you know, let's say one song, maybe it's 2 acoustic players and you want just a little bit of drive for a lead, but you don't want it to sound like a electric guitar too much. Kind of like how that sounds, actually. It just cuts out some of the low end and smooths out some of the jangle. You know, you could get some screamer. So you can get just different tones, you know? So the other cool thing is you have your own reverb. And that, here, I'll put it on the room. You can have it just a little bit of a room. Right? And it's nice and short. It's not that, you know, it's not overbearing. It's not going to carry on and get away from you, but you can make it a little bit bigger. But if I was using it, I would have it a lot further back. Something like that. And that's a nice little room sound. It's not going to be crazy and be super noticeable to people, but it might help you feel like you're one with your acoustic, especially if you're singing at the same time. So then you have a modulation. Here we go with chorus. you have vibrato, could be cool. Phaser. Flanger. I think it's time to bring back flanger. All right, so, you know, you have a harmonist here. I'm not going to mess around with that because then I have to like figure things out, blah, 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 blah. But if you want to, you can make it do things if you're doing harmony kind of solos or leads or whatever. So you have that, you have your uni vibe. Tremolo. So that's cool. You have all that. So let's move over to some delay here. So you can play like, you know, more finger picking or like little phrases and just get a little extra out of it if you want to. So that could be pretty cool. You have shimmer, which not the best shimmer in the world. I really don't use much shimmer, but so you have your tape. So, you know, and you have your standard digital delay. And you could put some phaser on with all that. You could put the boost, or let's go with some overdrive. We'll bring that back. We'll bring this. So honestly, the sky's the limit. I'm thinking maybe this. I'm really glad I had people ask about that, because it's making me feel like playing acoustic more, but doing it this way, because it just makes it funner. The sky's the limit with this thing. I actually think it might be more suited for acoustic guitar, so you can really, get different textures all in one thing, because most people playing acoustic, you're like keeping your own pace going, and this can give you some other flavors live, and just make it a little bit more interesting. So thanks for the question, and thanks for asking me to do something like this. And I hope you got something out of this. I definitely did. It definitely opened me up to this. So I will be back with another video on this with electric guitar and stuff like that. I've had it for 8 months, so I kind of want to give some thoughts on owning it for this long, and all that stuff, and go through some things with it. But hopefully you got something out of this. If you did, hit the like, hit the bell, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.